sure that the Facebook loads up. Awesome. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jordan Maddox, your favorite entrepreneur, the owner and founder of I Define Where You Define You. We got a very important topic today, and that is depression. So, some people may or may not agree with my view on it. This is my view. I see things a little bit differently in life, just in general. Give me a second. I mean, looks like this. There we go. Some people may disagree with me. It's okay. You know, this is just my view on life. We're going to talk about depression and why we get depressed and some of the things that lead to our depression and what that really is, at least from my perspective. And before we get started, understand my view on this is the physical is a manifestation of the spiritual. Okay? No matter what you're doing in life, this physical realm all represents the spiritual realm, where you're at in the spiritual realm. Okay, so, excuse me, y'all. I just ate a little bit, got a little gas coming up, so forgive me. So let's get started, y'all. This is something that I was revealed to me, so I'm going to share from my notes, so forgive me if you see me looking down a little bit. That's what I'm doing. So let's just break down what the word depression. Depression. D usually means stop or anti. And press. You stopped pressing. You stopped pushing. Depression. You stopped pushing. Okay? You stopped growing. And you started worrying. To me, that's what depression is. You stopped growing and you started worrying. Growth is to push through and stay fixed on the target. You see any of the basketball players, what they do, they drive to the hole, they have a target in mind, and they push through it. The football players, we get the sled, what are we doing? We're pushing through it. You got that mental block, what do? You push through it. And some people don't push through it. They didn't stop pressing, they just didn't push through it. Depression is when you stop pressing. You stop going for more. So look, let's break it down. Humans are creators, but we get our assignment from source. Whatever you call that source, we get our assignment from source, but we're here to create. We feel depressed when we get out of alignment and we stay fixed on this realm. When we stay fixed on this realm, we tend to get depressed. Why? Because we don't have a target. This world is meant to be shaped. This world is a creation. It is meant to be molded. It's meant to be like moved around. And when your aim is in this realm, realize this realm is not fixed. It is not steady. It is not solid. Yeah, we think we're solid, but this is an illusion. Recognize and realize this is an illusion. And if you know this is an illusion, if you stay fixed on an illusion, you're bound to get lost, and you're bound to get confused, and you're bound to get depressed. Because you can't keep pressing on, because you don't know where you're pressing to, because your target is never fixed. That's why people say money won't make you happy. Having money is good, but just having it won't make you happy. Why? Because that's material. There's always going to be more. You will never have enough money if money is the target. Realize that if money is the target, you won't ever have enough, because this is an illusion. It's a mirage. You see the worried traveler going to the desert, and they see the oasis in the distance. And as they get closer, what happens? The illusion fades away, and what happens after that? Realize what happens after the illusion fades away. What they were aiming for is no longer there. They lose hope. Depression. We stop pushing forward. You stop pushing forward when your aim vanishes. Your aim must be a spiritual aim. Maybe you're not a spiritual person. Your aim must be a mental aim. It must be something above the physical. The physical is the lowest common denominator. Or in other words, it's the lowest level. It's not bad. We like to think that this realm is negative, this realm is bad, and it's not bad at all. This realm is actually meant for us to express. Express what? That's the most important part. This realm is meant for us to express our highest self. Our highest self is a spiritual aim. It is acting in accordance with the Most High, with God, with Allah, with Christ consciousness, with Buddha consciousness, whatever you want to subscribe to as your aim. That is what we came here to express. We didn't come here to necessarily experience this realm. We came here to express our highest selves on this realm. But when we instead focus on this realm, we tend to get depressed because of this illusion, and we stop pushing because what we're aiming for is no longer there. We are depressed. We have stopped pressing. We've stopped pressing forward. And you stop pressing forward when your bubble is pops. We get depressed. When you're working really hard for something and it falls apart, we tend to get depressed. Why? It's because our aim was in the physical realm. We cannot focus on this physical realm. That will lead us to destruction. It really will. Because at any point in time, this physical realm can be altered. This physical realm can be changed. This physical realm is not ours. Okay? Creation is unlimited. And people are going to disagree. You have unlimited power, but you are a limited being. The source resides in you, and the source is everything, but you are a limited being. It's overwhelming that creation is unlimited. And we'll get stuck in analysis paralysis because you know what? When your aim is in the physical, you will always seek more. Because there's more to create. And that's not a bad thing. It's not at all. But when that is our aim, to simply build in the physical realm, we will get overwhelmed. We will have analysis paralysis. But when our aim is to build from here, in the spiritual realm, in the mental realm is the, I like to call it a cup, and it gets filled up from the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm fills up the cup, and that's the mind. The mind is a large projector, and it gets its input from the spiritual realm. And from there, it projects out what is in the mind. But if you mess up and you take your input and you disconnect it from the source and you plug it in into the physical realm, well, you're going to confuse yourself. You're going to get analysis paralysis. You're not going to know what to do next. You must get your aim from your highest self. You must get your aim from the original creator, where you came from. You came here for a purpose. You came here to create particular things. I want you to think about why nobody makes it by themselves. There's always a team. It's always a team. Why? Because the team has a particular role. The team, each member on the team has something they are meant to do. That's it. They are meant to do something particular. And they can go about doing that particular thing in whatever way that they seem fit in their creative, in their imaginative capacity, but they have something very particular they need to do. You have something very particular you need to do. But when you go off of your assignment and when you get out of alignment, you get lost because you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do, and we get depressed when we get to that point because we just don't know what to do. Some people say it's a mental imbalance sometimes when you're depressed. Some people say it's an effect of X, Y, Z. That may be the case, but what did I tell you at the beginning of this conversation? The physical is a manifestation of the mental or the spiritual. Where your mind is at is what the physical will reflect. And if you are going through certain things in this physical realm and you're operating from the physical realm, you will get depressed. But when you're operating from the spiritual realm, it doesn't matter what this physical realm presents because you know that you have the power to create. You know that you have the power to press forward. You understand, and overstand that everything that comes your way is meant to help you. When you get out of alignment, you don't realize things in that regard. You don't see things in that light. That leads to depression. You stop pressing. I don't want to over-stigma. I want to take away the stigma behind depression. I break it down very simply. Depressed. Stop pushing. When you're depressed, you stop pushing. That's why people, when they're depressed, they want to lay in bed all day. They don't have that drive. They may do stuff. Don't get it twisted. They might keep doing stuff, but they don't want to. They feel a lack of energy, a loss of motivation. Those are symptoms of depression. It's because you stopped pushing. You got out of alignment. You're operating from the incorrect source. That's it. You're operating from the incorrect source, y'all. There are infinite things to be made, and it can be overwhelming. And it stops us from moving because there's always more to do. But when we operate from our highest selves, we know our specific role, and we're at peace, y'all. That's it. When you're operating from your highest self, you know that you have a particular mission here, and it brings you peace because every day you're going after that mission. That's all you have to get done. You don't have to do 1,000,001 things. You can, but you don't have to. Understand your primary role. Let's not stay depressed. Let's not stay in that mind state, in that mental state. And I want y'all to realize you can fix a lot of those things, even with the mental. Some people may disagree, and that's fine. This is my view. Change your diet. Change what you're eating. Change what you're consuming. Consuming is not just through the mouth. Consuming is what you look at, what you listen to, what you're around. All those are forms of consumption. They're all forms of consumption. Watch what you consume. If you eat well, if you're around wellness, if you listen to wellness, if you see wellness, you will be wellness. It's the law of tuning. You will tune to that vibration. But if you're around things that don't bring you purpose, if you're around things that are at low vibration, if you're around things that are tying you to this physical realm, you will stop pressing forward because your aim is low. Your aim is here. That's why we stop moving. That's it for today, y'all. Stay in alignment. One of the things I ask myself when I catch myself getting depressed, if I catch myself operating in this physical realm where I'm not sure, if I feel like I'm out of control, I ask myself one question. Well, two questions technically. It's one statement. Before I tell you the statement, I want y'all to realize why I asked myself this statement. I told y'all in this that we came here to express our highest self. If I came here to express my highest self, I am meant to impact. I'm not being impacted. I did not come here to experience. I came here to express. I can't experience. That's a byproduct. But I came here most importantly to express. So when I feel myself getting out of alignment, when I feel myself getting sad, when I feel myself getting depressed, I ask myself these two questions. Am I impacting or am I being impacted? Am I impacting or am I being impacted? When you're impacting, you're in alignment. You're making a change. The change starts with the spiritual. It starts with the mental. It starts with the highest self. If you're being impacted, you're being grounded in reality. You are allowing your external circumstances to affect you. Just recognize it. That's the first step into growing. Recognize when you're being impacted. And when you recognize, change it. You can change your mind. You are free to change your mind. Fix your mind and get into alignment, y'all. It's beautiful once you get into alignment. You have peace because you have purpose. And you know it. You know your mission. And you continue to pursue your mission. But that's it for today, y'all. My name is Jordan Maddox, the owner and founder of I Define, where you define you. Register on my site to get the newsletters, get the challenges. It's www.IDefineMe2020.com. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed.